2010 Nissan Frontier. Replacing the hub assembly on this. This has got to be the easiest part that I've ever changed in my life. So you take the tire off, of course, or the wheel off. The best thing to do is just unbolt these two here that go to the caliper bracket. They're 19 millimeter or 3/4, probably 19 millimeter though, since it fits the best. The bolts for this hub assembly itself are 17 millimeter. I use a 17 millimeter swivel on a 3/8 drive electric ratchet. It gets in there and takes every one of them out, assuming the battery's charged. If the battery's not charged, it's probably not going to do it. The hardest part of this whole entire thing is removing this godforsaken clip. What I did on the other side was the same thing that I'm doing over here, essentially, just this one's taking me longer. I cut this whole center section out of this ABS sensor, since the new one comes with an ABS sensor in it, and then the sensor unplugs. The other side had sand inside of it, so I'm going to assume that this one's packed with sand as well. You want to make sure you put dielectric grease inside of this section here on the new one when you put it back in. Your first loop goes here. Your second loop, which is this one, it goes upside down just like this inside of this one. This loop goes in here. Then there's one down here. The one on the other side didn't want to go in easily, but it can go in if you work it in. This electric ratchet will not over tighten any of this. These bolts are extremely huge in comparison to like cars or something. I think the electric ratchet does maybe 185 foot-pound, supposedly, in reversing torque. You can take the bolts loose with them, but you're not going to break the bolts, and you'll be able to take the bolts out again with them. I'm going to continue to work on this frickin' plug. I would sit you down to go along for the ride, but there's no real place to sit the phone down. So I'm going to end the video here. This ABS sensor does have a home. It is there. When you pull this out, you don't have to worry about saving this. Just break it off, push it through, cut it off, poke it through. Something. Get it out of there. That way the new one fits in. The part number for both sides, DL515064 from AutoZone. There's the new ABS sensor plug-in that I'm officially cutting off. It comes complete, so you don't have to worry about buying anything else for it. So far, I've been back maybe 15 minutes, and I've gotten this loose. It's just fighting with that plug up there that is causing me the most grief. Also, she told me that she took this thing to a reputable mechanic, and they charged her $1,200 to replace the upper control arms and the lower ball joints. That is highway robbery. I don't know why shops charge that much for these parts. You know good and well they're getting them for cheap. Even if they have overhead, they can still not charge that much. They charge like $700 something in labor, $400 for the parts, and then you had tax on top of that. I pay myself I pay all of my bills. I have a new car payment. I have a trailer payment. I have a rental payment. I have toll payments, credit card payments, loan payments, all kinds of crap. So I have overhead too, but I still wouldn't have charged $1,200 for that. This shop's got to get with it. They're going to end up losing all of their business to good mobile mechanics. Although this job is not mobile, this is at my place. Anyhow, I'm going to keep on keeping on.